Hello student, now this is the miscellaneous exercise 2a, and in this video we will find out the inverse of a matrix of the order 3 by 3. I am explaining all the examples in a very simple language. त्याचबरोबर मी अनअकॅडमीच्या प्लॅटफॉर्मवरनं 12वी M1 आणि M2 देखील मी शिकवत आहे आणि MST CET देखील साठी शिकवत आहे. या छोट्या व्हिडिओ नंतर पुन्हा अनअकॅडमीच्या काही पॉवर पॉइंट स्लाइड्स तुम्हाला बघायला मिळतील आणि जर समजा तुम्हाला जर ते आवडलं तर तुम्ही त्याचे सबस्क्रिप्शन घ्या आणि माझा प्रोमो कोड जर तुम्ही वापरला तर त्यामध्ये तुम्हाला निश्चितच डिस्काउंट मिळेल. Unacademy plus subscription master batch for MST CET 2021. Learn from top educators of MST CET for the preparation. In-depth analysis of each topics dedicated doubt clearing session. यामध्ये सर्व M1 आणि M2 लाईव्ह लेक्चर्स द्वारा डिटेल्स मध्ये शिकवलं जातं आणि त्याचबरोबर MST CET चं प्रिपरेशन केलं जातं. या बॅचेस 4th ऑफ जानेवारी पासून स्टार्ट झालेला आहे आणि जर समजा तुम्ही माझा हा प्रोमो कोड जर वापरला वसंत सर म्हणून तर निश्चितच तुम्हाला त्यामध्ये डिस्काउंट मिळेल. नेक्स्ट, if you are the plus, if you have taken the plus subscription, जर तुम्हाला त्यामधले हे सर्व बेनिफिट्स मिळतील. Under a single subscription. Unacademy plus subscription based a plan for MST CET 2021 aspirant. 12 months आणि 6 months साठी देखील आहे त्यामध्ये. नेक्स्ट हे सर्व टॉप एज्युकेटर्स आहेत. Okay, now the next is a test series पण आहे त्यामध्ये. How to attempt the test series. आणि हा माझा प्रोमो कोड आहे. जर तुम्ही तो वापरला तर तुम्हाला त्यामध्ये निश्चितच डिस्काउंट मिळेल. Now to find out the inverse of a matrix of the order 3 by 3. Let A is equals to matrix 2 minus 3 3 2 2 3 3 minus 2 2. Okay. Therefore, determinant of A is equals to, here is a 2 minus 3 3 2 2 3 and the last row is a 3 minus 2 2. Now solve this determinant. That is a 2 in bracket, 2 into 2 4, 3 into 2 6, and here is a plus 6. Minus and minus will become plus. Here is a 3. Delete the elements in the corresponding column and the row. 2 into 2 will have 4. 3 into 3 minus 9. Here is a 9. Plus, using these 3. Delete this element, corresponding element to rows and column. 2 into minus 2, that is a minus 4. 3 into 2, minus 6. And therefore here, 6 plus 4, that is a 10, 10 into 2, 20. Next is a 4 minus 5. Therefore you will get minus 15 and minus 10. That is here is a 30. Okay, then here is a minus 25 which is not equals to 0. Therefore, here we will say that A inverse exists. A inverse exists. Now consider A into A inverse, that is equals to R. Now what is A here? A is, this is the 2 minus 3, next is a 2, 3, and here is a 3 minus 2, 2 into A inverse, that is equals to identity 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now the next operation is by using the R1, 3, J3 and R, and then we can get the corresponding element. That is by R1, 3, we get that is a 3 minus 2, 2. Next is the second row is as it is, which is a 2, 2, 3, and here is a 2 minus 3 and 3 into A inverse, that is equals to, okay, R1, 3 is a 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, and last is a 1, 0, 0. Now the next operation is a R1 minus R2. Okay. Now by R1 minus R2, we get, here is R1 minus R2, we have 1, minus 2, here is a minus 4, 2 minus 3, minus 1, 2, 2, and 3, 2, minus 3, and 3, into A inverse, that is equals to R1 minus R2. Here is a first is 0, minus 1 and 1. Next is a 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Now by the operation, that is a R2 minus 2 times R1 and R3 minus 2 times R1, we get here is a 1 minus 4 and minus 1. R2 minus 2 times R1, here is a 0, 2. Minus 2 times 2 into minus 2 into minus 4, that is 8, and overall you will get here 10. Next is a 3, minus and minus will become plus, 3 plus 2, that is equals to 5. Next is a R3 minus 2 times, again here is a 0, minus 3 and plus 8, therefore here is a 5. Next is a 3, minus and minus will again plus, again here we will have the element is 5 into A inverse, and that's equals to, okay, what is the operation? That is the first row is as it is, 0, minus 1, 1, R2 minus 2 times R1, here is a 0, R2 minus 2 times 1, next is a 1, minus, and that will become plus. Here is a 0, 3. Here is a minus 2. Next is a, again here is a, as it is 1. R3 minus 2 times R1, 0, and plus 2, and last is a minus 2. Okay. Now, next is make this element as a 1 by 1 upon 10 R2 we get. There is a, we can write it 1 minus 4 and minus 1. 1 upon 10 R2 means here you will get 0, 1 and 5 upon 10. That is a 1 upon 2, 0, 5 and 5 into A inverse, that is equals to 0 minus 1 and 1. 1 upon 10 R2, again here is a 0, 3 upon 10, next is a minus 2 upon 10 means what? Minus 1 upon 5. Next row is a, as it is, that is a 1, 2 and minus 2. Now by put that R1 plus 4 times R2 and R3 minus 5 times R2 we get here is a R1 plus 4 times, that is a 1, 0, minus 1, that is a 4 into 1 upon 2, overall it will be 2, minus 1 plus 2, and that is a 1. The middle row is a, second row is as it is, 0, 1, 1 upon 2, R3 minus 5 times R2. Therefore, here is the first element is a R3. R3 minus 5 times R2. Therefore, first is a 0. Second, here is a 0. 5 minus 5 upon 2. Therefore, you will get here 5 by 2. 5 minus 5 by 2. That is a 5 by 2 into A inverse. That is equals to middle row is as it is. Therefore, you will have here 0, 3 upon 10 minus 1 upon 5. Now, on this side, what is that? R1 plus 4 times R2. R1 plus 4 times R2. Therefore, you will have 0. R1, which is the minus 1, 4 times. That is 4 into 3, that is a 12. 12 upon 10, that is a minus 1. And minus 10 plus 12 upon 10. Therefore, you will have here 1 upon 5. That is a 2 upon 10 means what? 1 upon 5. Next is a 1 minus 4 upon 5. 1 minus 4 upon 5. That is a 1 upon 5. Here is a 1 upon 5. R3 minus 5 times R2. Here is a, that is a 1 as it is. R3, 2 and 5 means what again? 3 upon 2. 2 minus 3 upon 2. Then you will get here is a 1 upon 2. Minus 2. Okay, minus 2. And here is a minus 5 into minus 1 upon 2, that is a plus 1, minus 2 and plus 1 for all, you get minus 1 here. Now the next is by, what is that operation? 2 upon 5 R3, we get this is the R3, that is a 1, 0, 1. First is as it is 0, 1, 1 upon 2, and here is a 0, 0, 2 by 5. Therefore, here you will get 1 and 2 A inverse, that is on this side, that is a 0, 1 upon 5, 0, 3 upon 10 minus 1 upon 5. Next is 2 by 3 into 1, that is a, sorry, 2 by 5 into 1 is a 2 by 5. Again 2 by 5 into 1 upon 2. Therefore, you will get 1 upon 5. 2 by 5 into minus 1, minus 2 by 5. Okay. Now the next operation is, what is that? By R1 minus R3, and next is a R2 minus 1 upon 2 R3. Therefore, here you will get the identity 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 into A inverse, and that is equals to, okay, R1 minus, here is a R1 minus R3, that is a minus, see this here, R1 minus R3, 0 minus 2 by 5, therefore is a minus 2 upon 5. Next is a 1 by 5 minus 1 by 5, and that will become here 0, and 1 by 5 minus and minus will become plus, that is a 3 by 5, 3 by 5. Next is a R2 minus 1 upon 2 R3, that is 2 will get cancelled, and you will get minus 1 upon 5. Here is a minus 1 upon 5. 3 by 10, again here is a 1 upon 10. 3 by 10 minus 1 upon 10, that is a 2 by 10, which is nothing but 1 upon 5. Next is minus 1 upon 5, and again here is a 2 will get cancelled, again minus, and overall that will become 0. And the last row is as it is, which is the 2 by 5, 1 by 5 minus 2 upon 5. Okay, now this is the identity matrix. We can take 5 as a common, therefore here is A inverse is equals to 1 upon 5, and here is a minus 2, 0, 3, minus 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, and minus 2. And this is the answer. Therefore, A inverse is equals to, again, that answer 1 by 5, minus 2, 0, and 3, minus 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, minus 2. Okay. Okay. Now the next problem. let the matrices here A is equals to matrix 1, 3, 2, minus 3, 0, minus 5, 2, 5 and 0. First of all, we will find out the determinant of the matrix. That is a determinant. Therefore, determinant of A is equals to the 1, 3, 2, minus 3, 0, minus 5, 2, 5 and 0. Okay. 1 in bracket 0 minus and that will become plus 25. Next is a minus 3. Okay. This will become 3 into minus 3 into 0 is 0. Minus 5 into 2 minus 10 and overall that is a plus 10. Okay. And the last is 2. Therefore, here is a minus 15 minus 0. Okay. Therefore, 25 minus 30 and minus 30. That is equals to, therefore, here you will get minus 35 and that is not equals to 0. Therefore, A inverse exists. A inverse exists. Okay. Now we'll write here A into A inverse, that is equals to I. Now write first of all the by, that is by R2 plus 3 times R1 and R3 minus 2 times R1. There we go. First row is as it is 1, 3 minus 2. R2 plus 3 times is the 0. That is R2 plus 3 times R1. So here is a 0. 0 plus 3 into 3 9 and then minus 5. Minus 2 into 3 minus 6 minus 5 minus 6 minus 11. And now for the last row, that is the R3 minus 2 times R1. R3 is 2. Here is a 0. 5. That is a 2 into minus 3, that is a minus 6. Overall, you will get 5 minus 6 means what? Here is a minus 1. R3 minus 2 times R1. It is a 0. 2 into 2, 4. That is a plus 4. Into A inverse, and that is equals to. Now, first row is as it is 1, 0, 0. R2 plus 3 times R1. R2 plus 3 times R1. 3, 1, and next is a 0. Next is R3 minus 2 times R1. Therefore, here is a minus 2. Okay, 0 and 1. Now, by the operation, that is a R1 plus 3 times R3 and R2 plus 8 times R3. In this case, The third row is as it is, which is 0, -1 and 4. R1 plus 3 times R3, here is a 1, next is a 0. -2, 4 into 3, that is a 12, -2 plus 12, here is a 10. Next is R2 plus 8 times R3, that is, here is a 0, 1. -11, 8 into 4, 32. 32 and minus 20 plus 32 and minus 11, we'll get here 21 into A inverse. There is a next is R1 plus 3 times R3, 31, minus 2 into 3, that is a -6, 1 minus 6, which is the -5. R1 plus 3 times R3, there is a 0. R1 plus 3 times R3, there is a 3. R2 plus 8 times R3, R2 plus 8 times R3, here is a 3 minus 16. Okay, 3 minus 16, that is minus 13. Next is 1 and here is a 8. Okay, and last is a 2, 0 and 1. Okay, now by the operation, that is by R3 plus R2, we get it is a, that is a 1, 0, 10. Next is a 0, 1, 21. R3 plus R2 is a 0, 0. That is a 21 plus 4. That is a 25. A inverse. Okay. -5, 0 and 3. Next is -13, 1 and 8. R3 plus R2, that is a -15. Okay. It is a 0 plus 1. It is a 1. R3 plus R2, 1 plus 8, that is a 9. Now by the next operation, that is by 1 upon 25 R3, 1 upon 25 R3, here is a 1, 0, 10, 0, here is a 0, 1, 21, 0, 0, and next is a 1 into A inverse, that is equals to -5, 0 and 3, -13, 1, 8, -15 upon 25, that is a -3 upon 5. Next is 1 upon 25 and last is a 9 upon 25. Now the last operation is a by R1 minus 10 times R3 and R2 minus 21 times R3. Therefore, you will get here R1 minus 10 times. Here is a 1, 0, and here is a 0. Next is a 0, 1, again 0, 0, 0, 1 into A inverse, and on this side R1 minus 10 times R3. 10 times R3, that is a minus 5. Minus 5, here is a. Now on this side, here is a calculations. That is R1 plus R1 minus 10 times R3. That is 5 by 5. Next is a minus 2 by 5, minus 3 by 5. And R2 minus 21 times R3. That is a minus 2 by 5. 4 upon 25, 11 upon 25. From the right hand side, we can take, that is a 25 as a common from all these matrices. Therefore, you will get here 1 upon 25. Here is a 5 into 5, that will become 25. Next is 5 into 2, that is a minus 10. 5 into 3, minus 15. Next is a 5 into 2, that is a minus 10. Here is a 4, 11, minus 15, 1, and 9. Therefore, A inverse is equals to, A inverse is equals to, here is A inverse, that is a 25 minus 10 minus 15. Next is the minus 10, 4, 11, minus 15, 1, and 9. This is the A inverse. Okay. Now the next matrix is 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3. Now the solution. Now the let matrix A is equals to 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3. Therefore, here the determinant of A, that is equals to 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3. That is a 2 in bracket, 1 into 3, that is a 3, minus 0. Next is 0, minus 1 in bracket, 5, minus 0. Overall, you will get 6 minus 5, and that is equals to 1, which is not equals to 0. Therefore, A inverse exists. Here is a inverse exists. Okay. Now consider A into A inverse, that is equals to R. Therefore, here is a 2, 0, minus 1, 5, 1, 0, 0, 1, 3 into A inverse, that is identity matrix 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now by R12, we get Here is a 5, 1, 0, 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1 and 3 into A inverse, that is equals to R12 means what? Here is a 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now by the operation, that is by using the R1 minus 2 times R1, R2. That is a R1 minus 2 times R2. Then we have here the first is 1, 1 and 2. Next is a 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 3 into A inverse, and on this side R2 minus 2 times R1, and here is also minus 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, and last is a, that is a 0, 0, 1. By the next operation, by R2 minus 2 times R1, here you will get, that is a 1, 1, 2, R2 minus 2 times R1, here is a 0, minus 2, minus 1 and 2 into 2, 4, that is overall, we will get minus 5, and last is a 0, 1 and 3 into A inverse. And here is a R2 minus 2 times R1 is a minus 2, 1, 0. Okay, R2 minus 2 times R1, that is a second row is a 5, minus 2, and last is a 0 as it is. Last row is as it is. Now the next operation, by the operation R2 plus by R2 plus 3 times R3, then we will have here it's a 1, 1, 2, next is a 0, R2 plus 3 times R3, that is the minus 2 plus 3, here is a 1, minus 5, 3 into 3, that is a 9, 4, and last two is a 0, 1 and 3 into A inverse, that is equals to, okay, minus 2, 1 and 0, R2 plus 3 times R3. Okay, first is 5 as it is, next is a minus 2, and what about the last? Last is a 1 into 3, that is a 0 plus 3, here is a 3, and the last row is as it is, that is a 0, 0 and 1. Here is a, now the next is a, now by the operation, that is a R1 minus R2 and R3 minus R2. Okay, we get Okay, we get here is a R1 minus R2. Okay. R1 minus R2. Here is a 1, 0, 2 minus 4 minus 2. Second row is as it is, which is a 0, 1, 4. R3 minus R2. Here is a 0, 0, 3 minus 4. That is a minus 1 into A inverse, and here is that is R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2, that is a minus 2 minus 5 minus 7. R1 minus and minus will become plus, that is 1 plus 2, here is a 3. Next is a minus 3. Okay. Second row is as it is, which is the 5 minus 2 and 3. R2, R3 minus R2. R3 minus R2. There is a minus 5. And that minus and minus will become plus 1 minus 3. That is a minus 2. Okay. Here is a. By the next operation, minus 1, here is a R3. Therefore, the other rows are as it is. 1, 0, minus 2, 0, 1, 4. Last is a 0, 0, 1 into A inverse. And on this side, what is there? Minus 7, 3, minus 3, 5, minus 2, 3. And here is a 5, minus 2, and plus 2. Okay. Now the next operation is a by R1 plus 2 times R3 by R1 plus 2 times R3 and R2 minus 4 times R3. Then you will get here identity matrix. That is a 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1 into A inverse. That is this side. R1 plus 3 times R3. This is a minus 7 and minus 7, 10. Overall, you will get here 3. Next is a 3 and 2 into minus 2, that is a minus 4. 3 minus 4, here is a minus 1. Minus 3 and 2 into 2, that is a 4. Minus 3 plus 4, overall here is a 1. Next is a R2 minus 4 times R3, that is a 5. Minus 20, which is minus 15. Minus 2 and 4 into 2, that is a plus 8. Minus 2 plus 8, here is a 6. 3 into 2 into 4, that is a minus 8. 3 minus 8, you will have a minus 5. And the last row is as it is 5, minus 2 and 2. And hence A inverse is equals to 3 minus 1, 1, minus 15, 6, minus 5, minus 5, minus 2, and here is a 2. This is the A inverse 3, minus 1, 1, minus 15, 6, minus 5, 5, minus 2, and 2. This is the answer. Now the next matrix is a 1, 2, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 3, and 0. Now let here, let A is equals to matrix 1, 2, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 3, and here is a 0. Now we find out the determinant of the matrix. Here is a determinant 1, 2, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 3, and 0. That is equals to 1. Here is a 0, minus 3. That is minus 2 into 0 is 0, 1 into 3. Next is a minus 2, 0 into 0, there is a 0, minus 1 into 1, and overall it is a plus 1. Last is a minus 2, there is a 0 into 3 is a 0, and last is a minus 2. Therefore, here is a minus 3, minus 2, and last is a plus 4. Okay, minus 2, minus 3, and we get here is a minus 1, which is not equals to 0. Therefore, A inverse exists. A inverse exists. Now we find out the A into A inverse, that is equals to R. Okay. Now A is here 1, 2, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 1, minus 1, 3, 0 into A inverse, and here is a 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Now by the operation, by R3 plus R1, R3 plus R1, there is a 1, 2, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 1, R3 plus R1, 0, and 2 plus 3, that is 5, minus 2 and 0, overall it is a minus 2 into A inverse, that is equals to. The other two rows are as it is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, R3 plus R1. There is a 1, 0, and 1. Okay. Now by the operation, what is that? By R2, 3. By the operation R2, 3. R1 is as it is 1, 2, minus 2, 0, 5, and minus 2, 0, minus 2, 1. Now on this side, that is a first row is that is it 1, 0, 0, R2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and last is a 0. Now the next operation is a, that is by the operation R1 plus R3, this is the first one. Next is a R2 plus 2 times R3. Okay, that is a R1 plus R3, 1, 0. Okay, minus 2 plus 1. Overall, you will get minus 1. And what about here? R2 plus 2 times R3. Here is a 0, 1. Okay, minus 2 and 2 times R3. And here is again you will get 0. And last row is a 0, minus 2 and 1 into A inverse. And on this side, R1 plus R3. This is R1 plus R3. R1 plus R3. R1 plus R3. 1 plus 0 is 1. Here is a 1. And last is a 0. R2 plus 3 times R3. Here is a again 1. R2 plus 2 times R3. Sorry. Here is a 2, 1. And last is a R3 is as it is 0, 1. Here is a 0. Okay. Now by the operation, that is a R3 plus 2 times R2. Now here is a 1, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 0. R3 plus 2 times. That is there is a 0, 0. And this one is as it is into A inverse. Double here. The first and second is as it is 1, 2, 1. R3 plus 2 times R2. R3 plus 2 times. Therefore, here we will have that is a 2. 1 plus 2 into 2, 4. That is a 5. Next is a again 0 plus 2. Now by the last operation, what is that? By R1 plus R1 plus R3, R1 plus R3, then you will get here identity, that is a 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Next is a 0, 0, 1 into A inverse. And what about here? R1 plus R3 is a 3. Okay, 6, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5 and 2. Okay, and therefore the A inverse is equals to, what is the inverse? 3, 6, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 5, 2. And in this way, we have completed the inverse of the matrix of the order 3 by 3 and 2 by 2 also. Now we'll see in the next video. Till then, goodbye.